auto industry is crashing.
You are buying a car that is too expensive. You buy a brand new car and you drive it off the lot. That asset depreciates. For those of you who lease cars, give me a...
So just look at her tone. Every single sentence, she has to end it and begin it in a certain way. You see what she's doing? I'm gonna just rewind it just a few seconds. Just pay attention to her tone.
Appreciate. For those of you who lease cars, give me a break. You are really ridiculous.
So you see how she's like literally just talking about cars and something that everybody already knows. Well, for the most part, most people know when you buy a new car off the lot, what's the first thing they tell you?
I mean, it's going to depreciate as soon as you leave the lot.
But you get taught that as like a teenager, right? If not, you normally most people know that. That's like common knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's saying the exact same thing, but making it seem like she's teaching somebody something that a 40 or 50-year-old person wouldn't know. Like a well-seasoned vet at buying cars wouldn't know. You see what I'm saying?
I'll say this, honestly. Okay, it is something that I knew, growing up. And like you said, I learned as a teenager.
Right.
But, looking at the caption or more so the name of the segment, whatever it is or whatever show it is, it is important that some people know. And because we can't just assume that, everybody is educated on certain things.
Right.
Common sense is not so common as the saying goes. But personally, with at least this clip of the video so far, I'm having trouble understanding how this is necessarily brainwashing. So I'm going to need you to go further into detail if you can.
Yeah.
And to explain why this would be considered brainwashing.
And I'm glad you asked. So a lot of it has to do with mannerisms and expressions in speech. So as we was just talking about with the car clip, I said it was common knowledge. You said, of course, it still should be something that should be talked, about on a national scale or on a public scale, which is, I agree because, again, like you said, there's a lot of people who don't know about this type of stuff. However, the way she's speaking, her expressions in her face, it makes it seem as if it's a crisis that's going on. Mm-hmm. It makes it seem as if this is a do or die decision. Like you will literally die if you go out the lot with a car that isn't worth its proper value. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is taught, of course, with, how you're trained to be a journalist and do these different type of things, editorial based and just wise. But it's definitely brainwashing because, and again, I'm going to just show you, by the way. You see her hands?
Mm-hmm.
Again, like she's doing certain things. She's doing certain things for emphasis.
Mm-hmm.
You have to talk like this to get a certain point across. And if you don't, you might just die. And that's exactly like, look at the veins in her neck.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm trying to get you. And that's what I'm trying to get you to see. Look at her teeth. Bro, who show all their teeth when they... You see what I'm saying? And this is obviously something that I'm not gonna show. Like we ain't gonna show the video there because I know I look stupid. But I'm just trying to. You see what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
And even when the headline don't match how expressive she is. When you buy a car, it depreciates as soon as you drive it off the lot. Even the headline don't match. Like, at least if you're gonna use all of this and be all extra, put a breaking news or something in there. You see what I'm saying? Throw in shocking new founding development or something in there. But yeah, bro, like that. And that's what I mean by brainwashing. It's certain things that obviously she was paid to do by, you know, it may have just been her producers who's been paid by some type of advertiser to preach this message. And that's what I mean by brainwashing. Now, this isn't brainwashing on a much higher scale, like say social media or anything like that. This is just traditional news brainwashing. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I just kind of wanted to show you that, just to show you how the media nowadays, and this is a clip from 2011, so I guess this isn't like super fresh, but just how the media nowadays go about the business of just manipulating people. Like when you see that from now on, after seeing that and like seeing her expressions, you now is like super, super, super influenced to not want to buy a new car. Even if it is something that you really wanted and had in your mind or something that you work towards, you now have a much higher influence to not want to buy a new car and now want to say get a used car or something, or get or be more assertive with looking for deals.